is the one who stole my heart. And I have allowed her to keep it for life. So, nasema pia tunashukuru Mungu pia tukiwa na yeye, na pia nashukuru ya kwamba yeye ananishikilia wakati tunafanya hii kazi. Tafadhali pia keti. So, I want to just take 2 minutes to express also my support for this church. Our area dean, when I came here last, the vision was expressed that we intend to build this new sanctuary. But in my mind, I did not know that the vision was going to be this big. And I thank God that now, when I've come here, I have seen that just as I thought when we first met here, that you are people of a great vision. And that vision is expressed in this huge sanctuary that we have decided to do, because once we have started, I know we started because we believe we are going to finish, isn't it? And that is why we are also here. Because step by step, as you have stood with us, we have also to stand with you. I've been speaking to my friends. Our area dean is my very, very good friend, as you've heard, since the year 2008. Across the entire county, in many churches that he has served, we have been in communication. I have supported him. He has supported me where he is. And when he came here, he told me that he is here. I have been longing to come. When the last time you were here, my brother, our MCA Mwaura, and you know, Waswahili husema yaliyopita sio ndwele, si ndio? So, and I'm a politician, I'm a political leader. So you don't have to apologize for anything. I've been in this thing for the last 16 years. So I know how to navigate this terrain. And you know, once things have been put on the table, the best thing the leader can do, in this case myself as a governor, is to take up the mantle and the responsibility and get on the floor and get things done. So there are no apologies, and you don't owe me any apologies or explanations. Our duty now is to serve the people of Dendero. And so alongside, as we serve the church, I wanted first to congratulate you as an entire congregation because of this vision. That we have now to take up this responsibility, and as our area dean has said, God willing, by the end of this year, let us target to have put the entire of this job behind us and come and sit in a complete sanctuary. I hope that is the vision. And so I know our area dean gave me some dates when we sat in his office, and chairman also mentioned the same alongside our people's warden. That we make this an intermittent, continuous journey even as we wait for that day, so that we can continuously put what we have together and get this job going. By the time we sit together here in July for that main one, we should have been able to do not less than 70% of this church to finish. I also want to congratulate this church because the last time when I was here, we were running a very, very good youth empowerment program when Reverend Titus was here. I've had a conversation with our chairman. I had a conversation also with our area dean there in our vestry. And I know there are things that we are doing. As Mheshimiwa has said, I want to assure the people of Dendero that we have you in our sights. The plans that we have made as a county government, we are clear where we are placing Dendero. In the vicinity of this church here, we have our health center, our dispensary. And I assured our chairman this morning that the first plan that I made in reform of our health care system, I put in Dendero Dispensary as the first beneficiary to upgrade into a full level 3 hospital. So in the next 2 months, we shall have already commenced the works to expand this hospital into a full 26-bed maternity ward, maternity hospital, and also a 10-bed general ward with a theater, with a laboratory, and all other facilities, alongside enhancing the workforce and the medical personnel inside this Dendero dispensary. So even before we go to Ruaka, the one that Mheshimiwa is mentioning, we are first dealing with here, where we are. Ruaka, we have already started construction. The facility we are constructing in Ruaka is also a fully fledged level 3 facility, hospital. Again, with the same standard. And just for the record, members of this church, my vision and the plan for our medical healthcare reform is that each ward must have a complete level 3 hospital in all the 60 wards in this county. Dendero is unique because in Dendero we have 2 level 3 facilities, the one in Ruaka and the one here in Dendero. Besides that, we have also ensured that the people of the entire of Kiambu, we are going to be having our fully fledged level 4 hospital. And right now as we speak, in Kihara Hospital, we have a contractor on site to completely overhaul Kihara Hospital and complete a 110-bed capacity increment, plus expanding the theater, the laboratory, and also all other equipment to be renewed. So that that facility there will serve the way every other level 4 facility. Ukubali niwaambie namna hiyo, mweze kujua tunaenda namna gani. I said we are reforming the education system. It is good for members to understand how we are reforming. Number one, in every school, every primary school, we are building a new set of ECDE learning centers. Before, we had shameful ramshackles, cages, buildings you would not want to see that we are calling our nursery schools. Now we have started building in each school a complete ECD center. We have in Wangunyo, which we launched. Here in Dendero, as Mheshimiwa has said, when we came to launch, it was a bit late in the night. In the next 3 weeks, we will be starting here again in Dendero. We build a class, a PP1 class, a PP2 class, an office within that structure. We do new ablution blocks for children, and we also do a play center for the kids. That's our ECD center in every school. You know, and you may have heard, I'm sure you have heard, that we also introduced a new feeding program for all our children as they enter class. So today, every child who goes into an ECD center in the entire of Kiambu County, the first thing a child gets is a nutritious, vitamin-rich porridge cup. At 10 a.m., every child eats an egg 3 days in a week. I said, kutoka Thursday, wakifungua tarehe 8, every child will have a packet of milk in school every Thursday. Anyway, I know I've spoken long. I don't want to be longer, but let me just say this for those that cannot stand here to speak. Let me just say this. Many of us may not understand this. But I will just give you an example as I finish about that education issue. We tried in a place called Lari. Lari is one of our constituencies in Kiambu. We went to a school where there were only 35 kids. We said, let us introduce this feeding program so that we see what happens in a place that is populated and children are not coming to school. Within 3 months of starting to give those kids porridge and an egg, 3 months, the enrollment was up from 35 to 120. Now, what does that tell you? Now, that tells you that there are kids at home who simply cannot even come to school because their parents cannot afford a meal. And that is why we have started this feeding program. I know, God willing, that now this gives a new incentive to our parents, to our kids. We have decided that it is no longer going to be a question of who has money, who doesn't, who is rich and who is not, to determine if a child goes to school. And that is why also I decided to fully reform the bursary scheme in Kiambu. Within the first 6 months when I went to office, as the 4th governor, 3 governors preceding me for 10 years, I found that they have been giving one bursary of about 2,000 to less than a quarter of those that deserve bursary. I decided that that will be reformed in less than 6 months, and yes, we did. We said we are going to triple the amount that is given as bursary in 6 months. February, I gave all the bursary that was being given for a whole year by all the other administrations. In May, I gave another amount equal to what they gave for a full year as the second. And now in November, I gave a third one equal to what they were giving for their entire year. 3 rounds. Now, this January, I have again increased that to 5 times. And I have made this exception. I have made this exception, members of the church, that no child will be given bursary as an allocation of less than 5,000 shillings in the entire of Kiambu County moving forward. Such that every child now can go to school and sit. And I know many of us here in Tindero may not understand what I'm saying. Most of us may not understand. But my good friends, there are so many parents in this county who can't afford 5,000 shillings to take their child to school. There are so many parents who it is a big deal for them to cough up 3,000 shillings. And that is why I have made it level that every child now can be able to go to school. We pay for their bursary. Of course, we also have scholarships, and those children now can, without this